You're listening to BambinoBabble's story. Once upon a time, there were 3 little kittens who lived in a cozy house with their mother. The kittens were mischievous and playful, but they loved their mother dearly. They were always getting into trouble, but their mother never scolded them too harshly. One day, the kittens decided to go out and play in the nearby fields. Their mother warned them to be careful and not to lose their mittens, but the kittens were too excited to listen. As they played in the fields, they met a group of friendly mice. The mice were very welcoming and invited the kittens to join them in a game of tag. The kittens happily agreed and started chasing the mice around. But as the game went on, the kittens noticed that their mittens were missing. They searched everywhere, but their mittens were nowhere to be found. The mice offered to help them look, and soon, the whole group was searching the fields. After a while, they found the mittens in a small hole in the ground. But when the kittens tried to retrieve them, they realized that they couldn't fit their paws inside the hole. The mice tried to help, but they were too small. Just then, a kind-hearted dog passed by and saw the kittens' dilemma. He offered to help them and used his strong jaws to retrieve the mittens from the hole. The kittens were overjoyed and thanked the dog and the mice for their help. They promised to be more careful in the future and to always listen to their mother's warnings. But as they were walking back home, they saw a sly fox watching them from afar. The fox had been watching the whole time and saw how easily the kittens had been tricked. He decided to use their naivety to his advantage. The fox approached the kittens and offered to teach them a new game. He said it was a game that only the smartest and bravest of kittens could play. The kittens were excited and eager to prove themselves, so they followed the fox. But the game turned out to be a trap. The fox led the kittens to a dark alley and locked them inside a cage. He planned to sell them to a mean old woman who collected kittens for her own selfish reasons. The kittens were scared and didn't know what to do. They felt guilty for not listening to their mother's warning and for being so easily tricked by the fox. As they sat in the cage, feeling hopeless, they suddenly heard a familiar voice. It was their mother, who had been looking for them all day. She had followed their paw prints to the alley and found them trapped in the cage. Their mother was angry at the fox for tricking her innocent kittens, but she was also relieved to have found them. She used her claws to break open the cage, and the kittens ran into her arms. The fox tried to escape, but the dog who had helped the kittens earlier chased him down and brought him back to the alley. The fox apologized to the kittens and their mother and promised to never trick anyone again. The kittens learned a valuable lesson that day. They realized that not everyone they meet will have good intentions, and that they need to be more cautious and aware of their surroundings. They also learned the importance of listening to their mother's advice and of always sticking together as a family. From that day on, the 3 little kittens became known as the bravest and smartest kittens in the village. They played with the mice and other animals in the fields, but they always remembered to be careful and to listen to their mother's warnings. And whenever they saw the dog who had helped them, they would give him a grateful meow and a friendly purr.